Faith Kipyegon already owns the 1500 meters. She has the golds, the world record, and the fear of every woman beside her. So why did the greatest 1500-meter runner alive open 2026 in the 5000 meters? Because this is not just a new race. It may be the first sign that Faith is building something much bigger. For years, Faith Kipyegon has been the runner everyone measured against in the 1500 meters. She did not just win the event, she changed it. Her kick was clean, her race sense was calm. When the bell rang, she looked like the one person on the track who already knew the ending. That is why Shanghai felt strange. Faith did not begin her 2026 outdoor season in her safest race. She did not choose a soft 1500-meter opener, where the cameras could watch her control the field from the front. She picked the 5000 meters, a race more than 3 times longer, where the pain comes later, the pack stays heavier, and one bad move can trap even a champion. This choice matters because Faith is not chasing attention. She already has it. She is a 3-time Olympic 1500-meter champion, a 4-time world champion, and the 1500-meter world record holder. Another 1500-meter win would add shine, but it would not shock anyone. The 5000 meters asks a harder question. Can the best middle-distance runner in history move up and still control the end? The answer started on May 16, 2026 at the Shanghai Diamond League. Faith lined up against a deep field packed with Ethiopian strength. This was not a parade. Lakina Amaba, Sanayet Getachew, Medina Asa, and several other runners had the speed and the strength to make the race hurt. For most of the 5000 meters, Faith did not try to prove every lap. She stayed close. She watched. She saved. The tight lead group made the final stretch dangerous. In a slow 1500 meters, Faith can wait and burn people with one move. In a 5000 meters, she has to carry that fire after 12.5 laps. When the last lap came, the pressure finally showed. Amaba stayed on her shoulder. Getachew and Isa were still close. Faith had no room for a soft finish. Then she moved, not with a giant gap. Not with a record chase. Just enough. She crossed in 14:24.14, only 7/100ths ahead of Amaba. Getachew was third in 14:24.71. Isa was fourth in 14:24.76. That tiny margin told the real story. Faith did not crush the race. She survived it, controlled it, and won it. For a season opener, that may be more useful than a pretty solo run. It proved her legs were ready and her finish was still sharp. To understand why the 5000 meters matters, you have to understand how high Faith already stands in the 1500 meters. There is almost nothing left for her to prove there. She won Olympic gold in 2016, Tokyo, and Paris. No woman had ever owned the Olympic 1500 meters like that. Her world record, 348.68, pushed the event into a new place. That time is not just fast. It is a wall for the rest of the world. Many great runners spend whole careers trying to get near 355. Faith has taken the event below 349. If Faith enters, the question is whether anyone can live with her last 300 meters. But greatness can become a cage. When you are that good in one event, people expect you to stay there forever. They want the same script. Faith lines up, Faith waits, Faith wins. The problem is that champions do not stay sharp by repeating the safest thing. They need new pressure. They need new danger. The 5000 meters gives Faith both. It also protects her future. The 1500 meters is brutal on speed. One bad step, one box turn, one younger finisher with no fear, and the queen can look human. The 5000 meters lets Faith use a wider set of tools: strength, patience, rhythm, and then the kick that made her famous. One name makes this move bigger: Beatrice Chebet. Faith may be the greatest 1500-meter runner ever, but Chebet is now the face of the 5000 meters. She owns the world record at 13:58.06 and was the first woman under 14 minutes on the track. That does not make Faith weak. It makes the story stronger. Faith has already shown she can win 5000-meter gold. She won the world title in 2023 in Budapest. She also ran 14:05.20 in Paris that year, a world record at the time. But the event moved fast. Gudaf Tsege lowered the record after Faith. Then Chebet took it under 14 minutes, so Faith is not entering empty space. She is stepping into a race where another Kenyan star already owns the top spot. That changes the tone. In the 1500 meters, Faith is the hunter and the throne at the same time. In the 5,000 meters, she is still dangerous, but she is also chasing. Chebet's absence from the 2026 season changes the first part of the year, but it does not erase the challenge. If Faith wins races while Chebet is away, people will still ask what happens when Chebet returns. That question is good for the sport. It gives every 5,000 meters Faith runs a shadow. Shanghai did not come from nowhere. Faith had already opened her year on the roads in Monaco. In February, she ran her first serious 10K and won in 29:46. For a runner known for the 1,500 meters, racing 10 kilometers says something clear. Her team is checking how far her engine can stretch. That matters because the 5,000 meters is a bridge. It is not as wild and fast as the 1,500 meters, and it is not as long as the 10K. It lets Faith test her strength without fully leaving the track identity that made her great. If the 10K showed endurance, Shanghai showed whether that endurance could still end with a winning kick. After Shanghai, Faith said her goal was to feel the legs, go home with her team, and see what to adjust. That was a smart answer. It sounded like a champion taking data from a real test. She also said she would do both the 1,500 meters and the 5,000 meters. Faith is not leaving the 1,500 meters. She is adding another weapon before the world catches up. That is why Shanghai was a beginning, not a final answer. It showed Faith is serious. It did not show the full limit. At 32, Faith is not racing like someone trying to protect a perfect image. She is racing like someone who knows time will not wait. She could spend the next 2 years defending the 1,500-meter crown and still be called a legend. Instead, she is asking if her greatness can travel. The 5,000 meters gives her a fresh stage without making her start from zero. She has world gold there. She has a former world record there. She has Olympic silver there. She is not a guest. But she is also not untouchable. That mix gives her real danger. It also gives fans a bigger reason to watch every meet. A normal Faith 1,500-meter race can feel like a countdown to her move. A Faith 5,000-meter race feels less certain. Will the pace be honest? Will Ethiopia attack? Will Faith wait too long? Or will she turn 12 hard laps into one more lesson? The answer is still being written right now, for real. Faith Kipyegon is running the 5,000 meters because the 1,500 meters no longer holds all of her ambition. She has already built the strongest case ever in that event. Now she is testing how much of that power can survive in a longer fight. Shanghai gave the first sign. Monaco gave the clue before it. Her past 5,000-meter medals prove this is not a stunt. But the real answer will come when the pace is harder. The field is complete, and the title is on the line. If Faith keeps winning, she does not just add another event to her name. She changes the shape of her whole career. The greatest 1,500-meter runner ever may still be chasing the one thing that can make her story even larger. Proof that her rule was never limited to one distance.